Just your thoughts going into this, the final regular season of the regular season meet, and just where your team is right now.
Yeah, I feel like the team's in a really good place. We've got another road challenge this weekend at Auburn, and just really excited to get back on the road after being at home for 2 weeks. We're really looking to get another solid away score to replace one of our other that we have. So that's our goal for this week. We're also looking forward to a bye week next week. So kind of giving it everything we got this week and pushing and trying to get those little details and just be consistent. I think the motto for this week is really just going to be go up and hit 24 for 24. And we know that when we can do that, the scores will follow. And so the team's looking good. We're just taking it one day at a time, improving details, and same thing we've been doing so far this season.
Okay. And what do you feel like you need to do to be pointing upward, to be peaking in the next 3 weeks, 4 weeks?
Yeah, I feel like we've got all the pieces to the puzzle. What we need to do is put it all together in one meet. So far this season, we've had always kind of one event that wasn't where it needs to be. And then this past meet felt like we finally put the 4 events together, but we had sort of one big blip on every event except for floor. And so we talked to the team about, we have to be able to go up and have everyone hit so that we can drop our lowest score, not always have to drop a fall. That feels like that's the next thing we need to do is just be able to go up and hit routines and be able to drop the 9.825 or the 9.8. So that feels next to me.
Okay. My final question, how's everyone's health? Anybody need a little break this weekend, or how's everyone doing?
We're hanging in there one day at a time. We've, just like any other team, they're all managing little injuries and little chronic things that are not going away anytime soon. But, we're going to make some decisions as the week goes along about if anyone needs to rest. But we also do have the bye week next week where we can rest if we need to. So we haven't made it any of those major lineup decisions yet. We're going to see how people are feeling come Friday, but hopefully we can have our full lineups out there. That's my goal.
Okay. Thanks, Jordyn.
Thank you.
Porter, did you have any questions?
Yes, Jordyn, just talk about the progress of this season and how many stars have stepped up and just how special this team could be if you do put it all together.
Yeah, I mean, I'll start by saying I'm so impressed with, in a COVID year, how this team has handled all the adversity. We're having a record-breaking season for this program, and then you add in all the challenges and adversity they've faced because of COVID on top of that. It's pretty remarkable. I'm really proud of the way they've really stepped up despite all of that adversity. So it's been a good season so far. It still feels like we haven't quite gotten there. Based on what I know this team can do, but they're starting to believe it a little bit more each week, which is exciting. I'm excited to see it all come together, and I'm kind of glad it hasn't fully come together at one time yet, because we want to peak at the right time. We want to be peaking in the postseason and gear up for SECs, regionals, and hopefully nationals. So hopefully we could just keep rolling along and kind of managing the health of the team with continuing to get a half-tenth better on each routine. It feels like if we continue to do that, we're going to be in a good place come postseason.
And one final question, if you don't mind, just how much is the team feeding off the success of all the other teams? It seems like everybody in Fayetteville's really buzzing right now with all this success of the spring sport. So how does that play into your teammates?
Yeah, I mean, obviously our team is really focused, but they see what's going on around campus. There's definitely this buzz around athletics right now with so many programs doing well with, track and field, men's track and field just winning an SEC championship, basketball winning 10 straight SEC games, and just I could go on and on with just how amazing the Razorbacks have been these past couple of months. And again, I think that says a lot about this athletic department and how we have handled as a team. And when I say team, I mean the whole department has handled the challenges of COVID, and just really grateful for our leadership with Hunter, doing and making those hard decisions so that we can have our season. And I'm really glad that we pushed for it, and it's been really rewarding. We're just grateful to be even competing right now, and I think being rooted in that gratitude is allowing the team to do so well and not focus on necessarily the results, but more so just enjoying competing and going out there and being joyful.
All right, Porter and Tom, if you guys are you guys don't have any more additional questions, you guys can head out, and I'll stay on with our crew for this weekend.
Okay, very good. Thanks. Hey, just to clarify one thing, the 2 sessions at SECs, are they the top 4 NQS, bottom 4 NQS, just like that?
Yes.
Okay, thanks. Have a good weekend.
You too.
Thanks, Tom.
Thank you, Jordyn.
Thanks, Porter. Alyssa, you don't need to stay for this either.
Go ahead, Justin.
Jessica, should I go before TV?
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Hey, Coach, sorry. I'm with the newspaper in Auburn, and I just had a general question about the SEC. It being year 2 and you kind of seeing more places. I think it's your first trip to Auburn, right? So just seeing more of the conference. What's it been like to get familiar with the conference, and just what do you kind of see out of the trajectory of the SEC right now?
Yeah, it's been exciting. I mean, I knew when I took this job and signed up for all this that the SEC, being one of the most competitive gymnastics conferences, I knew it was going to be exciting week after week, and it has for sure been exciting. You kind of get the sense of there's no down weeks. Every team has so much potential and is so strong, and I think that has really pushed Arkansas to be a better team. So we're excited. I've never been to Auburn before. I'm excited to get out there, and they're a great team. So I think it'll be a good competition, but having a lot of fun being in the SEC, and it's exciting that when the competition is so strong, we just get even stronger as a conference, and it's a lot of fun, and kind of feels like you always get to compete against the best of the best. And that's truly an honor.
Right, and that helps you as a team too, right? Like it's best to be in it's tough competition, but it helps you grow, right?
Right.
Awesome, appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Justin.
Jordyn, I'm Jeff Shear. I'm going to be doing the broadcast along with Toy Garcia, who is a gymnast at Auburn. So safe travels, and we welcome you to Auburn for your first visit. Can you talk about kind of who makes you go? I know Kennedy Hambrick has had a kind of a record-setting season, but who on your team are your go-to leaders?
Yeah, it's a good question. Especially competitively, I would say Kennedy. Sarah Schaefer is our 5th-year senior grad student, and is competing the all-around pretty much every meet. So she's just been so solid for us, really steady, really confident in her leadership. And then, Maggie O'Hara, she transferred from Michigan this past year, and both as an athlete and as a teammate and a leader, she has really stepped up. And right from the get-go, it wasn't like she took some time to get comfortable. She really came in and was confident in her leadership, and has been a really solid rock for the whole team. So Maggie, for sure. I mean, I could go on and on. I think Bailey Lovett has really been a vocal leader for us. Sophia Carter, she competes 2 events, but is really solid for us on those 2 events. There's kind of this major core group, which is most of our team, that's just has stepped up as leaders in their own separate ways, whether it be with gymnastics or as a teammate.
Big picture question. What do you want under your leadership, the culture of Arkansas gymnastics to be when people think of the gym hogs? Is that, did I get that right? The gym backs, I'm sorry.
I mean, that's a big question right there, because I think culture is such a broad word. But what we try to do every day is just be extremely intentional and work really hard and have a lot of fun. And that's kind of dumbing it down a little bit, but we want to be a program that is one of the best. But also athletes can come here and know they're going to have a good experience. They're going to have support from their coaches, but they're also going to be pushed to their potential in a really positive, encouraging way. So that's kind of the essence of what I feel like our culture is moving towards, and our athletes are really buying into that culture of, this can be really fun and we can push ourselves at the same time, and we can work really hard. So, and then I think when you do all those things, when you focus on the whole human being that is every athlete, you really get the best gymnastics out of them. And we're starting to see that a little bit more this year. They are being so intentional with their choices. COVID has really challenged them to do that. And it is resulting in them being able to walk into a competition arena just feeling really confident about who they are, what kind of team they are, and then the choices that they've made to get there.
Thank you. Anything else you want people to know who might be tuning into this broadcast about your program?
I don't think so.
Okay. I just have one more then, just about you being at this position as a head coach at such a young age, I would guess that you just have ultimate street cred because the student athletes you're working with are not that much younger than you, and I'm sure they are certainly well aware of what you've accomplished in the sport. Could you speak to?
Yeah, I don't know. When I took this job, people liked to talk about how young I was a lot. I may be 25. I feel like I'm 35, just because of, all the things that I've done in my life and have been through. But, when I'm coaching, I really don't feel a huge, I don't feel like we're that close in age. And from the get-go, just I think because of my gymnastics career, there was kind of this immediate level of respect. And then my job was just on a daily basis, and still is just to continue earning their respect by modeling leadership. And I think that's what I try to do every single day, so that that respect stays, and in not only as the athlete I was, but now as their coach. But I think in a lot of other ways, being younger has really been a benefit to our program, because not long ago, I was going through a lot of the same things that they're going through, and I can speak to a lot of those things and sort of guide them through those challenges, because it wasn't long ago I was experiencing them. So while I don't notice it a lot of the time, I think, underneath it, it has been a huge benefit to our program. Our whole coaching staff is pretty young, and we seem to be doing just fine.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate your time, and look forward to watching y'all compete on Friday.
Thank you.